Hey everyone, welcome to Fight Net Radio. Lee Honish, Andrew Loveshay, old school, bringing you what we call the betting show. This is a throwback. This is where we give you advice on how to bet the biggest fight that there is currently this year. Coming up, Canelo Alvarez taking on Billy Joe Saunders for the undisputed super middleweight title. I am joined, as always, by the brains of the outfit, Andrew Loveshay. How you doing, Andrew?
Hey, how's it going, Lee? Does it feel like the Super Bowl yet? It's supposed to be the Super Bowl.
Okay, so as everybody's looking at on the screen, what you're looking at is the 12-minute press conference that was more like a controlled, basically, I've watched it a couple of times, and it's like this controlled, everybody's got a pre-written thing that they wanted to say. Billy Joe kind of made a couple of quick comments, but, I mean, by and large, it's 70,000 seats, Andrew. It's a lot of seats for a fight. I don't know what they were charging for the 70,000 seats, but are you surprised that it was able to draw 70,000?
No, not at all. We talked about this before. I'm going to stick with it, Lee. There's so many people who have been locked up. We're dying to do something. You bring a mega fighter like Canelo and an undefeated champion like Billy Joe Saunders to a big boxing community. Texas is that. They have a boxing community out there. They will show up. No, I don't see this as a surprise at all. I expect the same thing to happen to Vegas when they open up. I think fight fans have been waiting for this. Lee, well, our sport found a way to continue. We've been punished a lot since March of 2020 with some of the bullshit fights that we've had to deal with. Some of the fights that aren't taking place, Spence Crawford probably being number one, Manny Pacquiao being number two, or Crawford Pacquiao. Shit, throw that one in there too. The whole welterweight division's getting old, and so we need all this to come to an end. And yeah, this is a great news for boxing and boxing fans that 70,000 seats were sold in Dallas for Saunders and Canelo.
Yeah, definitely. That is this Saturday night, 8 p.m. Eastern Time on DAZN. Coming to you live from AT&T Stadium, from the house that Jerry built. So let's break this down. We didn't learn anything at the weigh-ins. We didn't really learn anything at the press conference. Did you learn anything in the past 24 hours from either event?
No. The only thing that's been a little eye-opening is how much Billy Joe and his team has been able to get under Canelo's skin.
Right. The ring thing was pretty special.
The ring thing was not showing up for the face-off, right? Canelo looked pissed right there. I mean, he's just sitting on that stage by himself. He did not look happy. A few times there's some videos out there where they caught them in a lobby area, and they're going back and forth with each other. Billy Joe went and I guess he went like on a Spanish broadcast and said that, I want to say he said Canelo's breath smelled like shit. I guess that that got a lot of play over in Mexico. That didn't make fucking Canelo happy. We'll see how it all plays out in the ring. But it is a little. Reynoso came out and said he's never wanted his fighter to knock out the opponent so bad. We'll see if it plays out in the ring. But Billy Joe did make it interesting. We knew he would, and he succeeded.
Well, let's
Lee,
take the first. Yeah, go ahead.
What I wanted to ask about the seating. If the seats are in such a high demand, we know Jerry's house holds more than 70,000. Is there a limit because of COVID still?
Yes, there's still a limit. To some degree, there's a limit. I think June 1st, they'll go to 100% open. I think Vegas is 100% open as of June 1st. Most places are. So you're looking at 70 with seating on the floor. That sounds like about 50% capacity still.
Yeah. Yes. When you add in the field seats. Yep.
Because I think seating wise, they're 100 and change, right? Like the regular stadium.
Yes. Yes, sir.
So there you go. Probably about 50%, which is probably smart. And it's still a super spreader event, and it's still Texas. So I'm sure The 30% of the United States that hasn't taken the vaccine will probably be at this event, making sure that they all do.
Hey, the UFC and boxing got through with it in, where was it, Florida? Is that where they just did the? Okay, we haven't heard of no spike in any positive tests out there, so let's just hope we can get through this one and maybe take a step forward here instead of two backward.
Well, my theory is places like Florida and Texas have completely, the entire state has had COVID, therefore they've already spread it once, so it doesn't make much of a difference. So let's talk about the first major sticking point of this, and this occurred on Wednesday when Billy Joe arrived on whatever day he arrived on, Monday or Tuesday. The ring size was set to be 18 feet, and Billy said, nah, and I'm going to walk. What is this significant? It wound up being a 22 by 22 ring. That was the compromise. What is the difference between an 18 and a 22, or even the minimum is a 16? But so it has to be between this is how far I've gone. You have to be between 16 and 24 per Texas Athletic Commission, right? So what is the difference, and how does it help Canelo to be in a smaller ring?
Well, Billy Joe moves a lot. So obviously Canelo wanted the smaller ring to not have to chase him as much, right? Even though cutting off the ring should, help you in stopping a guy from circling anyways. But obviously the easiest answer, Lee, there is Canelo's looking to corner Sanders and not let him move as much, where in a 22-foot ring, Sanders has a little bit more room to circle out, get away, and really survive. Is that the word we're going to be looking for here?
It's not the word I'm picking for this particular event, but yes, I guess the word is survive. I look.
Well, let me tell you. Sanders at first said it wasn't an issue, right? His dad comes out, says it's a fucking issue. We're walking. He's on a podcast. We're walking. We're not doing this fight. Boom. Then the rumors starts like fucking wildfire. Everyone's posting Sanders walks. Then Sanders is like in his bed at home or in the hotel and is like, hey, no. Fight's still on. The ring's good. So then all right, fight's on. And then all of a sudden, here's the news that the ring is bigger now. Which one is it?
Well, the ring is bigger. It's 22 by 22. So it sounds more like a compromise between the two.
So obviously his dad wasn't lying, right? I think maybe Saunders got a little nervous. The money was about to leave. His dad overstepped it when he said he was walking. He was probably like, Dad, I didn't say I was fucking walking.
No, the report I read by Saunders never made reference about walking. He just wanted quote unquote fair.
Yeah, exactly. Maybe that's all that happened there. That's why he comes back and tries to take that back right away, even though behind the scenes, yes, he did have a problem. Saunders, and that's why I'm saying, with this being legit, the word here for Billy Joe Saunders is survive then. Sanders is not going to win a decision in Texas, people. We all know that. You would be stupid to think Billy Joe Saunders can go into Texas and take a decision from Saul Alvarez there. 70,000 people came to that fight. Sure, they're going to want Saul back. I'm sure that he's got good friends out there now. They're breaking records. They're making money. He's ahead by 2 points right now, Lee.
Unbelievable. Well, it is a huge, exciting night of fighting on DAZN, where, as Eddie Hearn put it, oh, no, wait, I'm sorry. Jerry Jones said a stacked card. It's not a stacked card.
It's not a stacked card.
It is the opposite of whatever a stacked card would be. So let's talk about this, as Jerry Jones put it, stacked card. You start off the evening with a minus 3,000 Frank Sanchez taking on Nagy Aguilera, who's plus 1,300 at heavyweight, both of whom I've never heard of. And I like to believe that I kind of keep up with shit like this.
Right. You've been doing a show for a long time, Lee.
Well, you know what, Andrew? Perhaps we're not trying hard enough on Fight Net Radio to keep up on Frank Sanchez, who's minus 3,000. Perhaps he's the next big thing at heavyweight. and probably getting a shot at Anthony Joshua were he to win this fight against Nagy Aguilar. I'll roll it once because Miguel's not here, at heavyweight. Or, as I believe, since I don't know anything about Frank Sanchez, no disrespect to the Sanchez family or Frank himself, since he and I share the same name, I think he's going to come out looking like a tire salesman. One of these two guys is going to look like a tire salesman. So let's bet on it. We don't know what either guy looks like. Will Frank Sanchez or Nagy Aguilar look like they sell tires on the side?
Yes, both of them do. They will keep up the streak of what we seen last weekend between two fat tattooed Mexicans in there throwing down. Oh, those pictures were embarrassing, people.
Yeah.
There were rolls everywhere. There was fucking rolls everywhere. Lee, titties and rolls is all I seen in those photos.
And rolls. Where's the butter? Titties and rolls. Pass me the butter. The next fight on this, there's Jerry right now on the screen, and he says this as they zoom in slowly. Stacked undercard. Souleymane Cissokho. Close enough. I think it's Cissokho. I needed Miguel here for that joke, but whatever. Souleymane Cissokho is minus 440 over Kieron Conway, who's plus 340 at super welterweight. Again, Andrew, perhaps we are not doing our best job to not know anything about Cissokho or Conway, but did we miss any stories this week about Souleymane or Kieron?
No, actually, when I seen the undercard, I was like, what foreign ass fight is this going on where they got the Canelo Saunders as the main event? I swear, I thought all these fights.
Right. So is Souleymane or Kieron going to look like a used tire salesman?
I have no idea. I hope not. Lee, I don't know. Listen, Canelo makes 30. What he makes 30 million a fight, 32 million a fight. I'm guessing that's where all the money went. But yeah, I don't know anyone on the undercard.
Well, that takes us to our co-main event, Andrew, and what a barn burner it is. Elwin Soto, minus 1,000, the champion, takes on Katsunari Takayama, who's plus 650 for the WBO junior flyweight title. Andrew, you know, since we've been covering it so closely, the junior flyweight title, and again, I only assume that's about the same weight as much shit as I shit. Are you going with the champion, Elwin Soto? I mean, we cover him all the time in the news. We talk about him almost every week at this point.
Yeah, I'm going to stick with the champ on this one. Yes, sir.
There you go.
Yeah.
There you guys go.
It's a stacked card. I'm just going to be like Jerry.
Stacked.
It's
Jerry
a stacked
Jones.
card,
Stacked card.
Stacked.
Good luck to all the fighters. Well, there's 3 fighters you can guarantee are going to do very well that night before you get to the main event, which takes us to our main event of the evening. That was just for you, Sam Navajero. I did it just the way you did with the nasally. By the way, while in Australia before the fight, pick up some Jizz Gelato at Sam Navajero's Gelatotarium. Again, check it out. There are links at fight.net.radio. And of course, just because he's not here, go check out at Fight Fiend Miggs, who did a 14-part special on Canelo Alvarez with exclusive interviews with Eddie Reynoso and Canelo Alvarez, where they actually spoke English, if you can believe that shit. It's exclusively at Fight Fiend Miggs. Main event of the evening, Canelo Alvarez takes on Billy Joe Saunders for the super middleweight titles. It will give us an undisputed super middleweight champion. The winner will hold the WBA, the WBC, the WBO, and the Ring Magazine. That's everything recognized, kids. If you believe that the IBO is a real belt, send Anthony Joshua a love letter. I don't know why everybody talks about the IBO, but the only time I hear about the IBO belt is when I hear Anthony Joshua's name. Main event, Canelo Alvarez, who is now at minus 800, taking on Billy Joe Saunders. If you bet him, you get plus 550. All right, Andrew, bet it up.
Hey, seriously, minus 800 is not a bad bet for the rich guys. You know that? They're gonna lay money. That's gonna move.
Want me to do my calculator routine? Hold on.
Yeah,
Calculator. All right.
that's
Hold
gonna
on.
move
Go ahead and give
tomorrow.
your feelings, and I'll explain what you get on your return on money.
Look, listen, I'm not moving off of the. I like what everyone's telling me. You know, Miguel, I got friends around me. Everyone's got Canelo winning by knockout. It hasn't moved me off of the decision still. I just, you know, with this fight being so big, I think every fight is big for Canelo Alvarez right now because he makes so much money. The fact that Saunders got under his skin a little, he's not going to rush it. He's not going to push it. Sanders is going to be moving. Canelo's going to win on points. His defense is flawless. He'll be ahead. There's nothing to risk here. Everyone that I see leaning towards stoppage, they're leaning late. So it's not like they have Canelo cakewalking Saunders, but they have him stopping him over in the late rounds. I'm going to give Saunders those last few rounds and say that he makes the decision because I think he's here trying to make the decision. Saunders, firepower, he doesn't have enough to keep Canelo Alvarez off of him. And he said a few things himself. When he first signed this fight, he said, it's on video, and I'll try to grab it and put it on Fight News by tomorrow, where he says he knows he's going to lose because of the judging. And then you got Tyson Fury coming out and, oh, we just want this to be fair. We just want this to be fair. I just, the whole thing, it seems like Saunders is already trying to build a case for a controversial decision or whatnot. And I don't see him going for it. I think he's going to be nervous. I think he's going to be trying to play Canelo in the early rounds and go and eventually try to get that even money on that make it to the full rounds. I think even money might even get a positive number by tomorrow because the knockout seems to be heavy talk today.
Yeah. And for those of you wondering, well, what does $100 get me? It's real simple. 12.5% on your money. 12%. Now, you're a retirement guy because you'll probably have a heart attack based on the number of kids you have anyway, Andrew, and wind up, working off your 401k at some point in your retirement. Is any of the money you have in your 401k making 12% at the moment?
No. I don't know. Probably not, Lee.
Probably not. You're probably, since Christina's probably in charge.
She does it all. Yeah.
Your wife's in charge of that. So if Chris is in charge, it's probably making a very solid 5 to 8% in safe, very safe.
I actually told her she needs to make a list of what my passwords are in case anything ever happened. I'm not going to know shit, Lee. Like, I'm going to be so dead in the water, man. So, yeah, no, she's got all that. I don't have anything.
Yeah. You can just guarantee that you got family members moving in if that woman leaves your life. I can't, I'd have to come up there and live with you. I can't even imagine what that would be like. Do you know how to cook even?
Oh, yeah, no, I'm talking about financially. I don't know how to, any passwords for my bills.
I'm worried about all of it, Andrew. Because look, the most terrifying thing as a father to me was the thought of my ex-wife dying and having to raise my daughter. Now, we both have teenage daughters. They're pretty self-sufficient at this point. But when they were small children, oh, that concept terrified me. Oh, my God. Trying to raise a little girl. Oh, my God. What a thought. What do you brush her hair in the morning? Like, what do you do when she cries? I don't know.
Yeah, no, I would probably rely heavy on Isa with Natalia at this point. You're damn right on that one.
All right. So it's 12.5% on your money if you want to take Canelo Alvarez. And, of course, you get 5.5 to 1 on Billy Joe Saunders. All right, Andrew, bet it up.
I just did, Lee. You just had me.
You're sticking to it. Final answer. You're taking the 12%.
Answer, man. You know what? Canelo's had knockouts. It's usually been by fighters that he was supposed to knock out, and I'm throwing James Kirkland in there. Amir Khan, he was supposed to knock him out. Was it Alfonso Gomez? What was that legendary left hook he landed? I think it was Gomez. These are guys that he was supposed to do this to, right? So no, man. Some of the other boxers have went the distance with him. Kovalev, not a boxer, right? So no, I think Saul's gonna go the distance with Saunders, and like I said, he's He's got to be a little bit nervous himself. He don't want to lose this fight to Billy Joe. The shit talking would never stop. It'd be pretty bad for Canelo. He takes a defeat to Billy Joe Saunders.
Oh my God, it would be so fantastic. His ego is so out of control anyway.
Yeah.
I would love it. I would love it. All right, so here's how the smart bet goes. Yes, it's that moment in the show where you go, we hate it, but yes, if we have to bet, we'll ask Lee. All right, here's my bet. I would take Canelo Alvarez by decision. I don't think he can knock out Billy Joe without a ladder. I don't even know how he gets up there. Let's be perfectly honest. If Billy Joe stands upright, how does he hit him in the head?
Yeah, I noticed that. Canelo was a small guy compared to a lot of these opponents in the last few fights that he's had. He's looking up to everyone nowadays. So yeah, that was surprising. I thought them two would be more on the same level, but no, Saunders is clearly taller than Canelo.
And would we not agree that Billy Joe at this weight class is his toughest test?
Yeah, yes, you would. I think you would have to say that. Rocky, who is it? Rocky Fielding and Callum Smith.
Yeah.
Maybe Danny Jacobs. Danny Jacobs has been quiet for a while. So yeah, I would. Yeah, you know what? Billy Joe's taken out 3 undefeated fighters. He's a champ. Yeah, I'll give it to him. It's definitely up there.
Okay, so let's factor all that in.
The only thing I don't like, Lee, is the opposition. I still think Canelo's superb to all the opponents that Billy Joe's faced, but
I think these are all still cherry picked. This is legitimate. Yeah. I don't care what anybody says. Canelo's not fighting the best of the best yet. He's not. He's not. This is very, 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 very calculated by he and Eddie Reynoso. Makes him look very good. Makes him the undisputed champion. He can be in this position probably for the next 5 or 10 years, defending anybody in the top 10 and making literally tens of millions of dollars and cruise for 10 years with very little training. So with all that said, is the 12% appealing to me? No, it is not. What I think is appealing to me is taking Canelo Alvarez by decision and probably knocking it down to minus. The ones that I have seen are like minus 400. I think you can knock it down in half, right? So at least you're making about 20% on your money. So if I get minus 400 or 500, and now I'm making 20% on my money, I'm going to be a lot happier. One of the lowest numbers I saw was minus 350 for the decision. I would jump on that all day, right? So you're looking at close to 30% on your money. Come on. That's not bad. On $1,000 bet, you're making $300. And as you know, when in doubt, make enough for a hooker and a steak. And I'm just telling you,
I seen it on Fight News yesterday at even.
Even. There is no way. If I can get, okay, by the way, if anybody can get Canelo Alvarez by decision, even.
No. This was to go the distance. This is just to go the distance.
Just to go the distance.
Just to go the distance.
Oh, that's done deal. Done deal, kids.
Yep.
Done deal.
Yep.
Because Canelo's not knocking this dude out. He's not. Billy Joe hasn't even been slowed down. I mean, yeah, he's looked a little slow, and I would question the caliber of opponents Billy Joe has faced. I think he is completely manufactured by Eddie Hearn and hashtag MTK. But with all that said, yeah, come on. He didn't really even knock out Kovalev. He stopped Kovalev. I mean, but he didn't knock him out. Like, I haven't seen him demonstrate, like, knockout power. And I don't picture Billy Joe and his ego. And trust me, he's got a big ego, too. There's no way. He's going the distance no matter what if he's dragging his left eyeball with him. So, and I agree with Saunders' camp. There's no way you get a decision. No way. No way. You could win 10 out of 12 rounds. You're not getting the decision. They'll call it a draw. I mean, the only offshoot bet I like in this might be, at some crazy bet on a draw. Because if Billy Joe wins at least the most rounds, the best that he's going to hope to pull off here is a draw. That's the best he can hope for in this fight if it goes to the decision. He's never going to be ahead on the scorecards. It's going to get fixed. Eddie Hearn already made up his mind that he's going to blow Canelo until the sun comes home. Like, he is the horniest hooker on the planet. Like, he's blown Canelo so hard. Like, he gushes, even in this press conference. He beams at him like he just got laid like he came for the first time in his relationship. He's got that look like, oh my God, he did it for me.
I'm finally sleeping with her.
Yeah, right? Like, he had that look on Anthony Joshua until Joshua lost, and then he got rid of it, and then he got it back, and then he's like, yeah, I'll take you back.
And then Joshua is close to signing with Fury, and now Canelo's looking like the face of DAZN, because Canelo worked another one fight deal with Matchroom. I believe that's what this is another one fight deal. He has a few left on DAZN. Look, if Fury does what everyone thinks he's going to do and beats Anthony Joshua not once but probably twice, who becomes the face of both companies?
I agree. With all that said,
He's already looking at him like that.
Oh, yeah, no doubt. So with all that said, it's pretty easy to figure out here that you kind of want to hedge your bet. And if you can get even money that this will go the distance, or Canelo Alvarez by decision, any combination, bet it. Bet it all day. But with that said, I'm not opposed at dropping a couple of bills on Billy Joe by the upset. And don't bet him to win. He's not going to get a decision. Bet Billy Joe by KO or stop.
Oh, you're going by decision. Huh? You're going for the longest odds on the track, baby.
Well,
Billy
think
Joe
about it. Do you think
TKO.
there's any universe where Billy Joe Saunders can get a decision?
No, we're actually looking for a punch that cuts Canelo and you get a TKO, Lee.
Yeah, right. Or a stoppage, right? Or something, right?
Can you imagine the gambler that puts money on the stoppage and the punch cuts an eye, how loud he's going to scream in the casino?
I have not seen the prop bets for this fight, right? I'm just looking at the straight odds right now. I would have to guess that if you pick Billy Joe by KO or stoppage, it's got to be plus 1,500 or plus 2,000. It's got to be. Like, it's got to be the craziest long odds in the room.
It's definitely the longest, yeah.
In fact, I would think those odds are higher than a draw, okay? That's how crazy I think that is. It's more unlikely that Billy Joe gets a knockout than the fight ends in a draw. Because I think that Billy Joe can go the distance. I do think he can win rounds. Canelo is notorious for taking rounds off and giving up rounds safely to coast his way into the back end of a fight where he'll pick it up again. So I look for him to pick up 4 rounds, maybe, right? I mean, that's about what Canelo fights look like. He'll fight 12. He'll fight for sure 8 of them. 4 of them he's going to coast. And Billy Joe's probably going to pick up those rounds. He'll probably pick up the early rounds. But again, Canelo's got to go hunt for this fucking guy. So final answer is Canelo Alvarez wins this fight. If you can get even money that it'll go the distance, or you can even get a little bit better than that he'll win by decision, great bet. I would also take a little bit of money and put it on Billy Joe Saunders for the KO. I mean, that's not that crazy in my universe as I look at this fight, because he could split him open, he could headbutt him, he could do a lot of things. Like, there could be
22-1, Lee. 22-1 for Billy Joe Saunders to stop Saul Alvarez.
22-1. How do you not take some of that money? Fuck, that's a no-brainer.
You're absolutely right. It's more money than the draw. The draw is 20-1, so you're correct with that.
Right. And I didn't even see those. By the way, for everybody listening going, Lee knows. I don't know, but I'm telling you it's a game of what's more likely in this fight. More likely Canelo Alvarez to win by decision. He's not going to stop Billy Joe. Billy Joe will die in the ring.
More likely motherfucker gets a draw, not a loss.
What are the odds on? Like, that's so crazy. I don't even know what to tell you.
Hey, Lee, I literally told my guy, I said, if you're going to bet, it's better to bet the draw than to bet Billy Joe to win straight up.
Yeah.
Seriously. because you're going to have more of a chance at the end of 12 than him taking a split decision from the. It's going to be split decision.
Well,
Canelo.
look, here's how I would bet it, right? If I can get even, Andrew, right? What's Canelo by decision? Do you have it?
Yeah, it's 8-5 right now. So
right,
you would have to divide 5 into 8, correct?
Yeah.
That
5 into 8. I bet 1,000 on that. I bet 1,000 on that, and I put 50 spot on Saunders by KO and 50 on Saunders by that's going to make 60% on my money. It's better than 50% on my money, Andrew. So here's what I'm going to get. So I'm going to put 50 on Saunders by KO and 50 on.
You're making 62 cents to every dollar, I believe, is what I see on mine.
That's about what it comes to, right? So here's why I like it. I'm willing to give up a little piece of that just for the sake of doing that. I like that a lot. I like it so much that it's almost frightening. I would put $50 on the KO.
I would put $1,000. You guys would net you $625 with that Canelo by decision.
So here's my comment, right? So give up 100 of that, make 50% on your money. 50%. None of you have any kind of retirement plans making 50% on your money. Okay, I'm just telling you. I know this for a fact.
A lot of people are going into stocks now. I don't know, man.
50% even on a stock, Andrew, is astronomical. There are no investments paying 50% on a guarantee. And I'm pretty much telling you it's a guarantee Canelo is going to win the fight. It's only how he wins the fight.
Telling to buy in. I'm gonna make hundreds of thousands like next year, dude. I gotta buy.
Yeah, right, exactly. Yeah, so here it is, the final word from the most talked about definitive expert on betting in boxing. My record stands for itself. I would bet 1,000 on Canelo to win by decision. Take 8-5. I'm willing to give up 100 of that to bet 50 on Billy Joe by KO and 50 on the draw. That means that I wash my money. Anybody know what that means? I'm hedging my bet. The only way I lose this fight is if Canelo Alvarez knocks out Billy Joe or stops him. Come on. I've eliminated most of the odds, and I'm making 50% on my money, Andrew. That's probably the safest bet in the room. That means that there's only one outcome I'm not in control of. All right, we can completely eliminate Billy Joe winning by decision. All right, that's just fantasy land. That's not going to happen. That's just physically fantasy land. That is just not ever. I could see if he was winning 10 out of the 12 rounds and it's like a runaway. I still see Eddie Hearn running over to the table fixing scorecards to make sure Canelo gets a draw. Right? There's just no way. So no doubt in my mind, you take Canelo Alvarez by the decision, you take Billy Joe, you hedge your bet with 50 on the KO, which makes you 20-1, 22-1. That gets you $1,000 back. Put another 50 on the draw. There's another 1,000 if that one hits. If they don't hit, you make 50% on your money by betting 1,000 on the fight. You make your $500 and 500 and a quarter. 500 and a quarter on $1,000 bet. And it's a pretty safe bet. You've only eliminated one outcome. You've eliminated all but one outcome that's possible. And don't get me wrong, it's possible. Like Canelo could put this kid in trouble and put him into hot water, and he could stop him. And I've seen Billy Joe bleed. So getting some blood and stopping him are a thing. But that's why they call it betting, and that's why I'm not betting more than 1,000. I'm betting $1,100 on this fight to make a return.
Let's do this online. Go to the betting odds calculator and put in that bet, and give the fans, give them exactly what they would make, dude. Because I think I was wrong. Because when I put it in, it shows us making a lot more. Motherfucker, I might be calling Willie right now on a Canelo straight up $1,000 right now, Lee. We're gonna do it right now.
Odds, boxing.
Okay.
Let me put it on the screen. So I've got it now. All right. Other sports. Where are you? More sports. Boxing. They explain it at the bottom. They've actually got a calculator.
Yeah, that's what I put it in right now. I did bet amount 1,000, fractional odd of 8 to 5.
Odds calculator. There we go. The calculator. The American odds are, well, what?
Do
Oh, fractional calculator. There it is.
Yeah.
8 to 5, you said, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so it's 160. Implied odds 38%. Amount of the bet 1,000. Yeah, 16. It's 6. Yeah, I'm right. 1,600. So you're betting 100 of that basically. I got all the numbers right. You're betting 1,100 to make 500.
Take back $2,600, bro.
No, 1,600.
I had her winning 1,600.
Yeah, plus your 1,000 back. Right, I get that. Right, I get that. I'm just talking about risking $1,000 to make 600. That's 60% on your money. I'm saying you give up an extra 100 and bet 50 on 2 of those prop bets because look, do I see a draw possibly happening? Yeah. Do I see Canelo like getting cut or getting caught by a bigger dude and getting hit? Because Billy Joe can swing. Like he knocks fuckers out in his weight class. This isn't a question, Andrew. Like he's really knocked out big guys. By the way, Canelo hasn't done that yet. He hasn't knocked anybody physically out in this weight class. In fact, I can't remember the last time Canelo physically knocked someone out. That's how long it's been.
Lee, it's all the guys that he spoke. Remember the last opponent at Yeardrum? He was his freaking sparring partner. But he knocked him out. But these are guys he's supposed to knock out, man.
Right.
Like, you put him up against someone and a boxer, and no, Canelo usually goes 12 rounds. So,
right. So it's a 12-round decision. So you're going to make $600. That's a good bet. That's 60% on your money. That's good money.
You know, I can't believe that 8 to 5 brings you back 1,600 on a grand. That's a crazy bet, dude. 8 to 5. You're betting on the favorite to do so. That's why I mean this number's gonna move because the rich men, they're not gonna let this. That they're not gonna give up.
What's the knockout at? What's Canelo by knockout? To win by knockout.
Let me look. No, I think I got out of it. Gosh, here it is. Got it. Canelo by knockout is 10-11.
Yeah, okay, that's where the bet is. 10 to 11. Yeah, you win $900, right? There's the even money bet, right? So, yeah, I see how they think he's going to win by knockout. They think he's going to stop this fight. That's where the bet is.
Yes,
5 to win 8. 5 to win 8 makes more sense to me than 8 to 5. That makes more sense to me than it's 5 to 8.
Okay, I might have had it wrong. Let me check that. Damn it.
5 to 8 makes a lot more sense than 8 to 5 fractionally.
Damn it, Lee. Let me look. It said 8 to 5, dude.
All right, if you can get 8 to 5, dude, I'd bet the fucking farm to win $1,600.
Dude, that's a lot. Yeah, that's a nice win on something that's. I gotta talk to Chris. It's there.
You gotta go get approval for this check.
Oh yeah, you drop a grand, you better believe I take it to the wife, boy. That's got to be stamped, Lee. That'd be my ass. It's Mother's Day on Saturday, man.
Yes, Sunday technically, but yes.
Sunday,
what did you get by the way, what did you get your wife?
No, I take the kids to the jewelry store tomorrow. They all pick something.
Cool. Good job. If you can get $1,600 on a $1,000 bet and get a payout of $2,600 at 8 to 5, because what they're saying is there's only a 40% chance of this happening, while on the other hand, the other one is the other 50%. Here's how they laid these odds out. There's a 40% chance that Canelo wins by decision. What was it? 11 to win 10. What was the other one?
8 to 5 by decision. The Canelo by knockout is 10 to 11. Yeah.
10 to 11 is 52%. So you can just do math right here, right? That's 90%. And then at 20 to 1, there is a 10% chance of him either losing or it being a draw. That's how they break these odds down for the outcomes, right? So there's a 50-50 chance he stops him, right? There is a 40% chance he wins by decision, which to me is crazy. I think it would be higher than that, but shit, I'm in. Of all the bets that are out there, I like that one the best. And I realize that they're saying, no, he's going to win by stoppage. Unless they bought Billy Joe off already for $1 million and he's hitting the canvas and they know something about this fight that I don't know.
What I know is that Billy Joe, Tyson Fury, all these guys, they're hip to this gambling shit too, man. And yeah, they see that they see that money on that.
Based on the odds, I'm telling you that Canelo's going to want the decision, which is the safest thing for him to hit. I mean, I'd love to see what the props on each of the rounds are, but to see if there's one that looks more interesting than the others. But 8-5, my God. 8-5, only a 40% chance of this actually happening. You win $1,600 on a $1,000 bet. I figured it at 5 to win 8, and you only won 600. You're right. It's $1,600.
Yeah.
Here's
that's why I had to do that. I wanted to do it correct for the fans, because
correct. If you can get 8-5 on any of your sources and you get approval, I would back that bet. But I'm also saying this: I would drop 50 on the draw. I would drop 50 on, and I would drop 50 on Saunders to win by KO. That means the only thing you haven't covered, which, based on the odds, is the highest percentage of happening, is Canelo winning by KO. I like that. Covered a lot of bets with that whole thing.
With that, because I know Saunders, I know his team. I know why they asked for the 22-foot ring, and it wasn't to outbox fucking Souleymane Alvarez.
Staying on his feet. There are only 2 outcomes to this fight. There's 2. You know what? The more you say it, I'm now down to 2 outcomes. So save your extra. You might as well put 100 on it. That way, that if there is a draw, you actually you win $1,000 either way. Yes. So here's what I'm saying. Bet 100 on the draw, and 1,000 at 8-5 on Canelo by decision. So you either win $1,600 on your $1,000 bet, right? Or you win $2,000 on your $100 bet. You get back $2,100. No matter how you slice this, because you'll lose 1,000 because you bet 1,000 over there, you'll make 1,000 on this fight. Like, you'll make money on one of those 2 outcomes, one way or the other. I'm down with that. I'm down with that. I would bet it that way in Vegas if I could get it at the MGM. I'm not even going to put money on Billy Joe to win by KO, even though I want to be all jacked up about Billy Joe. I'm not. I refuse to buy into the hype.
If I'm betting $1,000 to win 2,600, Lee, I'm fucking screaming, "Survive! Survive!"
Yeah, that's what you want. Stand your feet, fucker. Oh my
God. Hey, it's going to be hella fun if you hear Billy Joe's corner say, "Survive! Move! 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 Move!"
Right. Don't be a bitch. I think what Fight Net Radio is saying, and obviously the title of this show, Billy Joe, don't be a bitch. Stay on your feet.
Hey, your $10,000 training fee just turned into $26,000. Put it that way. So
it'd be the greatest motivational moment ever.
Everybody's laying money on this fight if they're really giving Canelo this odd. That's why I said it's kind of that was eye-opening when I first seen it. 8-5 for that. When was Floyd Mayweather or any of these guys 8-5?
You know? Never.
No.
Never. They're in the minus 3,000 category. Like, they're in those dumb math principles.
Yep.
Well, I think that'll do it. I think we have covered it all. Do you have any final words about this fight, Andrew?
Good luck, everyone. Final words. Final words is go the distance, baby. I just need you to
over under on the undercard. Okay, final bet. Over under on the actual undercard. I'm gonna set it at 2, 4, 6. There are 8 guys. The overs and unders are 3. 3 guys who look like either cab drivers or tire salesmen. Overs unders at 3.5. Andrew, take the over or under.
Oh, I'm going to take the over. I think they can give us more. 3.5 combined?
combined out of the 8, the
You're
4. There's 4 undercards, right? So I'm saying 3.5 is the line on guys who are not in shape, basically.
Very nice. Hey, I got some prop bets.
All right, go for it.
All right. They've got, this is round. Where the hell did they go? Rounds. They got round. I think, prop bet. Billy Joe Saunders. It says he will not touch the ground. Will not get knocked down. As Billy Joe gets knocked down is minus 170. Billy Joe to not get knocked down plus 140. Wow. Damn, they really got Canelo taking him out, huh?
Yeah, they do. That's where the money is. 50% of the bet. Look, if you break it down, it's all by math, right? They really, the highest percentages of an outcome here are Canelo stopping him.
And you remember Sam sent us Australia's odds earlier in the week. They had Canelo. The biggest bet was, I guess the favorite was Canelo by stoppage. The decision brought in more money.
Yeah. Which makes me lean on it even more.
Yeah, no doubt. No, it never lifted me off. I like the decision. It seems right. And now with this whole ring situation where Saunders is looking for a 22-foot ring. Come on, people.
I would say if there is one glorious moment where Billy Joe rises to the top and he is a legit elite fighter who doesn't burn chicks for crack, right? Let's just say that he is legitimately the heir apparent. The very best he's going to get is a draw. The very best that's going, because he's not going to knock out Canelo. I don't even know how you knock out Canelo. Like, I watched him get lit up by real fighters in every weight class, like really hit. Dude's got a tough ass chin, right?
Yes.
So,
yes. And good defense.
Right. So the very best you're getting here is a draw. Why do I say drop 100 on the draw? Well, if you're making $1,600 motherfucking dollars, why not hedge your bet by $100 on the draw? I mean, it's more likely than Billy Joe winning by knockout, which is hilarious.
Good one. Yeah, that was a good one.
That's fucking hilarious, which I knew it the minute I said it. When I was looking at these odds, I'm like, oh, the draw's more likely than him winning by KO. Jesus. That's crazy. That's a crazy set of terms. There you go. That is Saturday night, 8 o'clock on DAZN. That would be next year in Australia hours. I think you guys are watching it next week or next year in 2022. So I'll wait till next year to hear a report from Sam Navajero and hear what Australia thought of the fight. I don't know how that time zone thing works, Andrew. I don't. Since I'll be in Las Vegas next week, Andrew, and doing the show from Vegas next week, Andrew, I can safely say this. Time doesn't exist in Las Vegas either. So I can understand why it doesn't work in Australia. For the missing Miguel Antonio Barragan at Fight Fiend Migs, who was off on Mother's Day stuff today.
Yeah.
Andrew Labouche and his family, mother and wife. And, of course, to my household of my mother and even my ex-wife. You know, I got to say it. My daughter is extremely normal because of her. To all the mothers out there, happy Mother's Day from Fight Net Radio. I know none of you will enjoy it on Saturday night when your husbands, boyfriends, whatever, decide to watch this fight and tell you, shut up and bring me a beer. Sorry it had to happen the day before Mother's Day, but technically it's Cinco de Mayo weekend. Normally you'd be in Vegas acting like assholes for it. I mean, seriously. This was in Vegas. I would pay money to see the English fans and the Mexican fans acting like assholes drunk on Cinco de Mayo weekend. Like I would, after COVID, if this fight was in Vegas this weekend, oh my God, would be the best.
Yeah, it would. Yes, it would.
Right? Wouldn't it be a great weekend in Vegas? Oh my God.
That would be a lot of screaming going on in those bars, man. And definitely two passionate fan bases there.
Oh, so many good fights in the street. English people are idiots. Oh my God, white people. Rock on. For those of you actually going to the event, English fans or otherwise, please do not engage with the Latino crowd. I'm just recommending that you will be outnumbered in AT&T Stadium by like 100-1. So you're not getting out of there alive. Much like I told my father.
As we've seen from last weekend, they will beat the shit out of you even if you don't punch back.
Oh, no shit. No shit, man. Like, the night that Chavez was going to lose to Randall, and I was watching that happen at the MGM, I actually told my dad, I said, we need to leave. He's going to lose this decision. Like, very best he's going to get is a draw. We have to go. There's going to be a riot. And he's like, you're joking. I said, no, I'm not. I'm thinking of your health and safety because you're an older white dude and I run faster. So I'm going to be perfectly honest. You're going to die if there's a riot. You're the one they're taking down. I mean, I'm just going to be honest. I run quicker than you, Dad. Wouldn't you help me? No, Dad, I got to be perfectly honest. I wouldn't. I have a daughter. Sorry. This pre-daughter, but that's really a funny statement. You don't have to be fast in the woods, Andrew. You just have to be faster than the slowest person in your group. Isn't that how it works?
Right. Yes.
I'm just saying it to all you English fans. Don't, please. And please don't engage in the parking lot. I mean, it's like, good God. Please be smart. Please, please. And everybody wear a mask and be smart. The pandemic's almost over. I really want to go to some concerts this summer. I wanted to go back to normal. Call me crazy. I would like it. It would make me happy, Andrew, if we could actually start going back and covering fights live. I'd like to be in Texas this weekend covering the fight.
Right.
So there you go. Everybody have fun. Guys, don't be too big an asshole to your women. I mean, seriously, don't. Just instead of like, hey, bitch, go get me a beer.
Yeah, don't catch a domestic the day before.
No, that's bad form. Bad form, people.
Don't be a dick.
I realize that, this is going to be really tough for the Fight Net Radio faithful because most of you, I'm going to guess what our fan base is, domestic batterers in your off time.
Oh, my God.
Especially those of you in Egypt. Hey, shout out to Egypt. We haven't talked about him in forever, Andrew. What I'm saying is just for one night, you know what? Get her a beer and you do the barbecuing. And I bet she might even watch the fight and go, oh, Canelo's cute. And then if you have to backhand her, I completely understand, right? I completely understand after being nice and she says shit. And just back your hands, pat. So what did we learn? Billy Joe, don't be a bitch. Backhand your woman if she says Canelo is cute. I think that's the message here from Fight Net Radio today. Domestic battery and Billy Joe, don't be a bitch. I mean, seriously, Billy Joe, don't be a bitch. Go 12 rounds.
Net Radio gave Billy Joe Saunders shit for talking like this, but, oh well.
Billy Joe will be a hero if he goes the distance in my book, okay? If he covers 8-5 for us all, Billy Joe is a fucking man, all right? I don't care if he loses the fight 12-0, all right? You went 12 rounds, dude. You made us 8-5. You made the Fight Net Radio loyal 8-5. You made 16 bills for everybody. You are the man, Billy Joe. You are the man.
Something. Right? You're going to see his whole corner jumping up and down if he goes the distance. And it ain't about
you see him in the 10th going, 2 more, champ. 2 more. 2 more. Cut me, Mick. I can't see Canelo. There's 3 of them out there. Whatever. Cut him. All right? What I'm saying, Dad, cut him. Cut him. Hit him over the head. Use drugs. Do what you have to do. Keep him on his feet so that we at Fight Net Radio can make 8-5. That's what I'm saying. I don't care if he can never professionally box after this fight. Get 8-5.
It was sad as that's probably happened in some situations out there.
Well, didn't you ever see Diggstown? That's what happened in Diggstown, the movie.
Well, that's a movie, Lee. I'm talking about real life
that's
here.
Real life. It's based on a real thing, right? In Diggstown, where they bet in Calaveras County. That's a real movie about a real event, Andrew. I'm sure of it. Much like the Rocky movie is a real movie based on a real thing. Somebody really fought Apollo Creed in real life. I mean, you know what? I might watch Diggstown tonight. This might be a boxing movie night. Diggstown in forever. There you go. There's your recommendation. Go watch Diggstown tonight on Netflix. If not, watch, as we always say around here, Rocky IV, the greatest Rocky movie of all time. And don't backhand your lady unless she says Canelo is cute. Wait, you know what? A tip from Billy Joe Saunders. Don't burn your hoe with a crack pipe, okay? Or offer him crack for head or any of that stuff. None of that shit is cool, all right?
He brought up the stakes. He brought up the stakes situation with Canelo, and Canelo responded with, I don't think you want to say anything about doing drugs.
Keeping it classy, boys. Keeping it classy. All right. Again, final message from Fight Net Radio. Billy Joe Saunders, don't be a bitch. We'll be back on Sunday with your full wrap-up. Thanks, everyone.